In this video, we're going to show you how to amp up your safety while riding.
Hi, it's Brian and Shauna of Life Uninterrupted. We're a couple of 50-somethings that traded our traditional sticks and bricks life for the full-time RV lifestyle. If you're new here, make sure to click that subscribe button, and all the things we mentioned in this video you'll find linked in the description box below.
That's right. In our previous video, we offered a sneak peek of these cool smart bike helmets, and today we're going to take a deeper dive into some of the cool safety features that they offer. You're going to want to stick around because at the end we're going to share the pros and cons of these helmets.
We love working with companies that offer products with features that are useful. And in the case of this helmet, I did some research on several different companies that offer helmets with integrated features like turn signals. So I decided to reach out to a company called Livall and ask them if they would provide us with a couple of helmets to do a review and show you some of the really cool features of these helmets. So the kind folks at Livall were nice enough to send us a couple of helmets. This is the BH62 Road helmet, and what Shauna has is the BH51M Neo Urban helmet. You can definitely tell the difference. This is more of what you would find on a road bike team, and this is what you would probably find perhaps on a skateboarder, roller skater, or bikes, of course. But you can tell it's just a little bit different style. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about all of the features with each one of these helmets, beginning with the BH62 Road helmet. Now these are Bluetooth connected helmets, so just like any other Bluetooth device, you can connect this to your phone. That will provide voice navigation, hands-free operation. You can even use the app to control the turn signal feature. It also controls the smart lighting feature, which is pretty cool. So both of these helmets do offer two safety features. This has the same safety features as this helmet. This has one additional safety feature, which we'll talk about in a minute. So the two features that both of these share is fall protection. So let's say you're riding along a trail, you fall off, you take a bump on the head. What you do is you set up in your app an emergency contact, and this will connect to your phone, send an emergency signal to your contact to let them know that you've had a fall. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
And again, that's on both of these helmets. The second feature that's on both of these helmets is the SOS feature. So let's say if you're out riding and you break down or something, you can press the button on the remote. I'll show you that here in a minute. And that will also do the same thing. It will send out a notice to your emergency contact saying, hey, here's my GPS location, come get me. Pretty cool feature.
That's kind of like having OnStar in your car.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
So another cool feature that both of these share, and pretty much the entire Livall lineup of helmets offers, and that is a push-to-talk walkie-talkie feature. We'll talk more about that, pros and cons of that, at the end of the video, so stick around. But you can communicate, let's say if you have a team of 4 or 5 riders that have the same helmet, you can communicate with one another on that push-to-talk walkie-talkie feature. So that's just a little bit of information about the helmets. Let's talk about what comes with the helmets. Each one of the helmets comes with a little box here, and in this box is the remote control. So it's a cool little remote control, pretty small as you can see. This has the controls for the push-to-talk walkie-talkie feature, your turn signals left and right, and you can turn up and down your volume. You can select music if you're connected to a smartphone that has music on it. And it also has the SOS button here in the center. The red button, that's what you press when you need SOS. What also comes with the helmets is a charging cable and then an information warranty manual as well. Well, the nice thing about this remote is it is really small. We have e-bikes, and I'll show you a shot here of what this looks like in relation to the control button panel on our e-bike. It's pretty small, fits on the handlebars, really nice, so it's not obtrusive or overly large, so really cool. And this, by the way, links to your helmet. So when you connect your helmet to your phone, you then link the remote control to each helmet. And again, that's how you control left and right turn signals and all the different features, push-to-talk, music, and all of that on each helmet. So with that said, specifics about this particular helmet, the power on, power off button, and some different mode or function buttons here. You have the charging port right here. Here's the external microphone, and then on this model, each speaker, left and right, are kind of embedded in the helmet. So pretty sleek. It also offers a nice adjustment system here for head retention, nice robust strapping, really nice padding inside. I think super sufficient.
It's my helmet and it feels very comfortable.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's one thing about these. They are very comfortable. They're made of very high quality and durable products. And what's really really amazes me is technology, how it's advancing, and how they're embedding LED lights in the backs of these helmets, but still everything's still nice and flush and smooth. Really cool how they do that.
Yeah, it's very lightweight, and I love that adjustment feature for the back of your head, because I put it on easily and then just turn it.
Yeah, it takes about 2 to 3 hours, if I'm not mistaken, to charge. Again, the charging port is right there, and it's a magnetic charging plug, so that's kind of cool. Battery life, they say about 10 hours on all of the default settings, default light settings, if you're not using music or some of the fancy light features. If you use a lot of music, or you're using the walkie-talkie quite a bit, or you have the different light strobe features on, you can expect somewhere between 3 to 6 hours of battery life on these helmets. And I think I did forget to mention, when you turn each of the turn signals on, whether it's left or right, you'll hear a beeping. If you turn the left signal on, you'll hear a beeping in the left speaker. Turn it on right, and you'll hear the turn signal beep on the right side. So pretty cool feature. All right, so that's it for the BH62 Road helmet. Let's talk about the BH51M Neo Urban helmet. Now this is Livall's newest helmet design. It really packs quite a bit of usability and features into it. One thing that you noticed on this helmet, I showed all of the different keypad controls, on, off button and such. Well, this doesn't have that. You have one power button in the back that powers the helmet on, powers it off, and also this is how you connect via Bluetooth. There's a little access panel back here where you plug the charger in, and again, it's the same magnetic charger that's used on this helmet, so pretty cool. All the other controls are controlled via the app or the remote control. So both remote controls are the same. Again, when you turn this on, connect it to your phone, you then connect remote to the helmet. Okay, much like the other road bike helmet, this has pretty much the same feature set. Of course, Bluetooth connectivity. It has voice navigation for GPS. So if you pull your favorite GPS app up, as long as you're connected via Bluetooth, you'll hear those instructions in the speakers.
Cool.
And oh, by the way, the speakers on this, they're a little more pronounced. You can see those here. And there's a microphone there and the speaker combined, and there's the speaker on that side. So they're not inset or flush like they are on the road bike helmet. Not a deal breaker. Still pretty cool. This does have a smart lighting feature, much like this one. You can set it so that when you connect your phone to the helmets, depending on the time of day, it will turn the lights on automatically and turn them off automatically if it's day, dusk, or sunrise or sunset.
That's cool.
Again, it has the same sort of turn signal features. What's different about this helmet, though? This helmet doesn't have it. The road bike, this helmet does have lights in the front that correspond with the lights in the rear, which is nice.
That is cool.
So it has front warning lights, turn signals. A really cool feature about this one, and we'll show you some footage on how this works, is that it has a brake warning light. So this whole strip of lights here will light up when you brake and stop. So check that out. It's kind of cool. This has a built-in gravity acceleration sensor, which detects a significant deceleration, and when that happens, the front and actually the tail lights will be illuminated for 8 seconds.
Right.
And again, you kind of see how that works in the video.
Very cool feature.
Yeah. Another neat feature that the BH51 has that the road helmet does not have, that is an auto off and an anti-loss alarm. So this will turn off automatically after a certain period of time. And if the helmet gets separated from your phone for whatever reason, you'll get an audible alert. And much like the road bike helmet, this does come with fall detection and the SOS feature, which we talked about earlier. Battery life on this helmet is again about 10 hours if you stick with the default settings. If you start changing those settings, the light settings that is, or you listen to a lot of music or use the walkie-talkie quite a bit, then you're going to be down to around 3 to 6 hours. Otherwise, it's about 10 hours of battery life.
Let's talk about the pros and cons, but let's start with the pros first. So first of all, these helmets are comfortable and they're built with high quality materials. They're easily adjustable. Mine is lightweight. I don't know how much yours weighs. Did we
Very
talk
light.
about that? Okay.
We didn't talk about weight,
Yeah.
but somewhere less than 500 grams.
Yes. Very comfortable and stylish as well.
A few other pros for both of these helmets are the safety features. And those safety features are the turn signals, which are awesome. The fall detection, so if you're out riding by yourself and you take a spill, this will notify your emergency contact that you have an issue. And if you're just broken down on the side of the road somewhere and you don't have a rescue vehicle nearby or someone won't stop and help you, then you can press the red button on your remote here, and that starts the SOS feature that also notifies whatever emergency contact you have to let them know that you need help.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that leads into the cons. There aren't many, but there are some.
So we did find some.
Yeah,
right?
and we'll let the folks know at Livall that we were going to be honest about our opinions and our views of this. Overall, great helmets. They offer great safety features.
They do.
You know, everything has pros and cons. So one of the main cons of this is that in order to use some of the safety features like smart lighting, to set the smart lighting, use the push-to-talk walkie-talkie feature, the SOS and fall detection, you must be connected via Bluetooth to a phone and or the Livall app. And again, that's to use many of those features. The big disappointment and the biggest con, I think, of this particular helmet is the push-to-talk walkie-talkie feature.
Right.
Now, it does work. There's just a limited functionality with Apple devices. The plus side of that is that Livall is working on a solution to remedy that.
Yeah, that's great.
So we both have iPhones, and we could not really get the push-to-talk function to work either consistently or very well at all.
And that was disappointing,
Yeah.
especially having helmets right now that do that automatically. We don't have to go
Right.
through a phone. And there was also a problem with a delay.
Right. That's called latency in any Bluetooth function, and again, that has to do with how the recording feature and Livall has set up their app to work with the helmet. So that's just a limitation of the system, not necessarily a ding against the helmet per se.
Right.
Apple did invoke a security feature, which Livall used, and now they're just not able to use that feature. So it's just one of those things. But I said earlier, they are working on a solution to fix that. So hopefully that comes sooner rather than later.
Right. And then another slight con, I would say, is that these phones do require your smartphone to be present. Is that right?
Right. Yeah.
And our other helmets did not require that, although when do we not have our phones with us? So
this is true.
That's why I say it's kind of a...
Yeah, most people are going to have a smartphone.
Mm-hmm.
That said, if you just want to purchase these for the safety feature of turn signals, the braking feature, you can still use those, and that functions just fine with the remote. So if you don't have a smartphone connected, or you don't want to bring your smartphone that day on a ride, again, you can simply connect your remote to the helmet, and you still have left and right turn signal.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, on this particular helmet, you have the deceleration sensor, which will then turn on the brake lights. So that feature is still definitely available. And I think for most of the comments we got and questions we got were about lighting and safety at night.
Yeah.
These certainly provide that, and so a big plus for Livall for developing something that we think works well in that respect.
Yeah.
Everything has its limitations. There's no one perfect solution, but from let's say a 2 thumbs up perspective, we would definitely give these the 2 thumbs up, even though they have limitations.
Right. And we talked about how you're really going to amp up your safety. Well, in 2 cases. One is you now have tail lights, which means that you're not going to have to put your arm out, especially on these e-bikes. It can go up to 28 miles per hour. Yeah. You're not having to take a hand off your steering, off of your handlebars to indicate which direction you're turning in. So that's done now here and with the remote, and it's just a very quick little movement of the thumb in order to indicate your light.
Yep, just left and right arrows here indicate the left and right turn signals. So as Shauna said, no more of taking your arms off and giving people signals. You can still do that if you choose.
Sure can.
Yeah, and in some cases we would probably recommend that depending on the kind of traffic you're in, just again, as an additional layer of safety.
Sure.
But these go a long way to let the vehicles around you know what your intentions are, and that's going to be key.
Right. And then second would be the, especially on Brian's helmet here, the brake light. So with a quick deceleration, the light comes on. I can't tell you how many times I have just about run into the back of Brian and ended up zooming right past him at the last minute. So that brake light feature is a super way to amp up your safety. And then you pointed out one that I didn't even know about. That was the SOS and fall protection.
Right.
We don't have that with our other helmet. We don't even have something like that on our phone that I'm aware of.
So you would still have to dial
cool.
911 or
Yeah.
some other emergency number to let someone know you're injured or you need help. These helmets will do that for you automatically.
That's right.
Again, you do have to be connected to your smartphone for those functions to work. Not a deal breaker in most cases, because who doesn't have a phone these days?
That's right.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for our review of the Livall Smart Bike helmets. We didn't talk about price. They're about $160 each. Not too shabby for a helmet that's going to increase your safety and bring awareness to motorists around you. So I don't think you can go wrong with either one of these.
Yeah, and what price is your noggin? So be sure to check out our Amazon store for these helmets as well as many other e-bike accessories. We've put in that list things that we use and things that we love.
Absolutely. So thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so that you're notified when we release our next video. Until next time. See ya.
We'll see ya.